Namaskar and welcome back to another episode of Unlocking Stars with Abhishek, a series on Brihat Parashar Hora Shastra. Brihat Parashar Hora Shastra is one of the finest scripture, in fact, one of the authentic scripture available on Vedic astrology. So we have been doing different uh, chapters, verse by verse, of Brihat Parashar Hora Shastra. And in the previous chapters, we started with longevity. So today we will be doing calculation for Pindayu. We have already explained the verses for this, but today we will be doing calculation taking a case study. So now I invite our astro expert, Abhishek. He will be explaining, he will be telling us more about how to do calculation for Pindayu. Welcome, Abhishek.
Thank you very much. It's a great opportunity to do a workshop, or you can say like a Gyan Yagya on Brihat Parashara Hora Shastra, the great monumental astrological Bible for Horaskand. Mahaguru Maharshi Parashar in this chapter, Ayuradhyay, he blessed mankind, not only Maitre, about the celestial arrangement, about the techniques, how to calculate longevity. It's a very ethical realm also. And about ethics, Mahaguru Maharshi Parasa already provided some guidelines. How astrologer, a true astrologer, has to be Jitendriye, has to be a sadhak. So as a Jitendriye, a sadhak, a seeker from a parampara, always be an ethical practitioner, no doubt about it. In this chapter, from verse number 1 to 15, dedicated to Pindayu. So in the last two episodes, in fact, we have gone verse by verse for Pindayu methods, Pindayu techniques revealed by Mahaguru Maharshi Parasar. And it's a quite interesting method, and it's very imperative to do one case study. And for that case study, this is the episode, so that the concept, the techniques, step by step techniques, has to be clear, very clear to everybody who is participating in this Gyan Yagya. As usual, before entering into the real discourse related to the technique, we will pray Jagat Guru, Adi Guru, Guru of the Guru, Sri Mahadev. Let's come. Sivakant Sambho Sasakard Dehe Mahesan Sulin Jatajut Dharin Tumeko Jagat Vyap Ko Visvarupa Prasida Prasida Prabho Punarupa Paratmanamekam Jagat Bij Madhyam Niriham Nirakar Monkar Vedyam Yato Jayate Palyate Yena Visvam Tamisam Bhajeli Yate Yatra Visvam. Jai Gurudev. Har Har Mahadev. Har Har Mahadev. After paying our humble and respectful prayer in the lotus feet of Sri Mahadev, now we are in the Pindayu method case study. So this case study is for understanding the verse 1 to 15. In fact, from verse 2 to 15, because in the first verse, Maitre asked the question, So that is the verse from Maitre. From second verse, Mahaguru started revealing the facts. So when Mahaguru started this great chapter, then he gave one very important message, very interesting message. Basically, he said to Maitre, Katha kathaya ham ayuso jnanam durjayam yat surairapi. So, hey Maitre, I am going to tell you about the calculation of longevity because you are asking. And when a student is asking, a true teacher is always coming up with a solution. So when Maitre asked to Mahaguru, Maharshi Parashar being a Sadguru, the real Sadguru, he is coming up with the revelation. But first time he is coming with the revelation with a caution. He is putting a caution. He is saying the technique or the exact knowledge of the Ayu, the longevity of any jeev, is even very difficult to know by the gods also. So even gods are not able to know. But you are saying, so I'm giving you some examples, some techniques, in short, what I learned from the parampara. So here Mahaguru is talking about uncertainty. So uncertainty is coming into the play. That's why we are combining the very good combination, the contrast is happening in astrology. Certainty versus uncertainty, probability versus uncertainty, and then the scientific, the real scientific play is coming in when you try to understand this science, this great super science through the modern lens of quantum physics also, where the Heisenberg is talking about the uncertainty principle. And the same thing is something that reflection you can see here. So Mahaguru is giving that indication. Even gods are not able to give. Even gods are uncertain, but I'm giving you the technique. So that's why the one of the qualification of Daivagyas is Uha Poho Patu. That's why Mahaguru is advising. And in this case of the calculation of longevity, it's very imperative to validate, to check, to verify with the multiple techniques, then you can come close, very close to the reality. Then your prediction, your teeth of your prediction will be sharp. So that is the message from Mahaguru Maharshi Parashar from the very beginning of this chapter. In this case study, we picked up one of the very famous birth chart of Sri Rajiv Gandhi, the former Prime Minister of India. And this chart we have received from our data bank, which is at the moment considered to be correct, the planetary position considered to be correct, because even a simple minor discrepancy in the chart can lead to the wrong calculation of the longevity. That's a very risky affair. So we are considering here this chart is correct. This chart, the birth time is rectified. That is the need of the hour, the rectification of the birth chart. So many so-called astrologers are coming up and every day they are doing the prediction. But the very first step is the Lagna Suddhi. The very first step is the rectification of the birth chart. And the present astrological community is missing that one. So that's very important. If you are not able to do the Lagna Suddhi, then your whole prediction will going to be incorrect. And the longevity is one of the very difficult aspect of Hora. So how can you expect with a wrong chart you can do a correct longevity? But we are considering at the moment this is the chart, because we are just understanding the techniques, step by step techniques. So in the Rajiv Gandhi chart, we can see here we are not analyzing the chart. We are just considering this chart for longevity calculation through the Pindayu method prescribed by Mahaguru Maharshi Parasar himself. So it's a Leo ascendant chart, and very interesting feature of this chart. Every chart has some unique feature that we know, because every body is unique. That proverb is coming from that only. One's chart is the man himself in the 2 dimension. So this is the uniqueness of this chart, is so many planets in the Lagna. Lagnesh is in the Lagna, Sun is in the Lagna, and the moon, the 12th lord, is also in the Lagna. So Sun and moon is together here. Jupiter is coming here. 5th lord Jupiter is here. Jupiter is 8th lord also, and Mercury and Venus is also sitting here. So Lagnesh, Dhanesh, and Panchmesh, a lot of planets are here. It's a very interesting chart. And Saturn is sitting in the 11th house for Rajiv Gandhi. 7th lord and the 6th lord Saturn is in the 11th house, and aspecting, third aspect is on the Lagna. So Lagna, lots of focus on Lagna. Lagna is in the Pap Kartari. So lots of focus on the Lagna. This chart is very interesting, very interesting for other astrological case studies. But here we are doing the longevity calculation. Here degrees are, here you can see how planets are close to each other, coming close to sun and combust, and how planets are interacting very closely. So you can see from that degree. So this is the chart, this is the case study. What Maharshi Parasar taught us through these verses, if we follow this flow chart, this is a simple presentation in the form of flow charts, so anyone can easily understand that one. Mahaguru Maharshi Parasar gave the first step for Pindayu method. Calculate year contributed by each planet. We know here nodes are not considered, so we are not taking Rahu and Ketu into the consideration. So all the planets, we know they are blessing native with the Ayu. So Mahaguru Maharshi Parasar told us every planet's got some gross Purna Ayu. They can bless a native. That is their quota. So that is the maximum number of the years they can bless a native. But if the position of the planet is something different, so then we have to do the reduction, we have to do the haran. So then Mahaguru Maharshi Parasar will come in the second step. So first step is calculate years contributed by each planet and add them. So that is the total. Should be. That should be. But in the second step, now haran is coming into the first haran is Chakrardh Hani, the visible half one. Mahaguru Maharshi Parasar revealed that one. The second is due to the combustion, that is the Astgat Haran. And the third Haran is being planet in the inimical sign, Satru Kshetra. So these are the, as far as longevity is concerned, these are the not very good position of the planet. Planet is not feeling good. Planet is not happy with respect to the longevity. So planet is coming to give some curses. So some Ayu, they are doing the haran of the Ayu, reduction of the Ayu. So that we have to consider. So second step. And in the third step we are coming, we will deduct the haran and add that one in the, and the Ayu, at the Ayu. So after that, Lagna is very important, because Lagna is a Tanu Bhav. Lagna is a native himself. So we have to apply one of the Haran again. And that Haran is if the malefic planets is in the Lagna. So if malefic planets is in the Lagna, so Pap Yukt Lagna, if Pap Yukt Lagna is there, Krurodaya Haran, we will do that one. Mahaguru Maharshi Parasar blessed us with the technique how to do that one. and then we will calculate the Lagna Ayu, because 7 planets are blessing the native. You are going to the journey. In our parampara also, when somebody is going for a journey, then taking blessing of all the elders in the family. Similarly, the jiva is coming to the journey, this life, so getting blessings of all the planets. So all the planets are giving blessings, giving ayus, depend upon their position, their avastha. And the Laganes, he is the owner. He is the owner of this native. He is the protector of this native for this journey, this life. So he is also blessing some Ayu, that is called Lagna Ayu. So 7 planet and Lagna. So Mahaguru Maharshi Parasar blessed us with the technique of Lagna Ayu, how to do the Lagna Ayu. So that Lagna Ayu also we will calculate and add that one. And the whole Ayu will come up in the solar year. So Ayu will come in a so we will convert that one in a solar year, basically, because we understand in terms of solar year, and our system is not in the solar year. What we are in the Gregorian system, we are understanding. So that we will do. So now coming for some calculations for Sri Rajiv Gandhi's chart. So from the first slide, we know the position of the planets like Sun, Moon, and so on up to Saturn. This is the position. Now this longitude is converted into the degree. That's very simple, easy mathematics we can do. And Mahaguru Maharshi Parasar told us the deep we need the difference between the deep exaltation and the longitude of the planet. So we know the deep exaltation points of Sun like 10 degree Aries, or Moon is in a degree, so it's a 3 degree Moon, and so on and so forth. We will go like that, the deep exaltation points. And after the longitude in degree and the deep exaltation point in degree, so arc of longevity we will calculate. The arc of longevity will be the A minus B. So longitude in degree minus deep exaltation in degree. So we will do for all the planets. One thing very important, if like this is less than A is less than B. So for example, A is less than B here. So how to subtract? So in that case, we will add up like 360 degree. We will add that one, and then we will subtract that one. So that we have to take care. So after A, B, and C, the arc of longevity we can have. So one observation also, that is not observation, basically that's the directive from Mahaguru Maharshi Parasar. If C this is the less than 180 degree 6 sign, then we will subtract from 360 degree. That is the instruction from Mahaguru Maharshi Parasar. And total years, the blessings from the planets we know. Mahaguru said for Sun 19, for Moon 25, and Mars 15, and so on. Saturn 25, Saturn 20. So this is the gross blessings, total blessings. Now we will do this one, the simple calculation like this into this divided by 360. Then we will get the values. So in this case, it's very interesting. Sun can give Rajiv Gandhi complete gross total 19 degree, but giving only 12.992. Moon can give the maximum quota. Moon got 25 year, but in case of Rajiv Gandhi, Moon is giving 17.7769. So like Saturn 20 years Saturn can give, but in case of Rajiv Gandhi, Saturn is giving 13.012 based on this calculation. So we will add that one, so we will understand the total IU 19 295. That is the total IU by this calculation. Mahaguru Maharshi Parashara already revealed this one, the Chakrartha Hani. We call it, some acharyas call it Chakra. Path Harana also. Some of the acharyas call Chakrartha Hani also. So these are the simple terminologies. So this reduction we know when planets are in visible half. Visible half we know 7 to 12 is a visible half, and 1 to 6 is a invisible half we know. But we need to understand, for this reduction, Moon and Mercury are considered as subplanet. They are not considered as malefic planets. Malefic planets are only Sun, Mars, and Saturn. And Rahu Ketu, obviously Rahu Ketu is not considered into the account. The most important thing, when more than one planets are placed together, then in these houses, when they are in more than one planets, then the strongest out of them will lose, the rest will not. It means the strongest one we have to pick up, and the reduction will be applied on strongest one. Strongest one will bite the bullet in that case. And then ast. So when combustion is happening, then half reduction is being imposed after the Chakrahani, after the visible half reduction. And it's very important, like Saturn and Venus are exempted. So that Mahaguru Maharshi Parashara has revealed that one already in these verses. But here for ready reference for this exercise. And Shatru Kshetra, inimical sign, if planet is posited in inimical sign, then we will also do the reduction of 1/3 reduction. And Nasargic Matri, the natural friendship, and that has to be considered in this case. And this Haran is not applicable for retrograde planets. So after very quickly revising that one, we know here in this chart, planets are here, 7 planets, and age we have just calculated. So whatever age we have calculated here, this is this column, so this is coming here. So now Sun is giving that much, and Moon is giving that much, 17.769. Chakrartha Haran. So Saturn in the Rajiv Gandhi chart, we can see in the first slide, Saturn is here in the 11th house. So Saturn is in the visible half. So visible half Haran, that reduction will be imposed, and being a malefic planet, so that reduction will come up. That reduction is half of reduction will come for Saturn. And when you see the degree of the planet, then you can understand, like Moon is combust here and Mercury is combust. So Moon and Mercury are combust. So we will apply half reduction here, because Moon and Mercury degree, from Moon and Mercury degree, you can understand they are close enough to Sun to combust. And then Mars is in the inimical sign. Here you go back and you see the Mars is in the inimical sign. So Mars is in Virgo, inimical sign. So 1/3 reduction is applied in case of Mars. And Venus, similarly, Venus is also, but Venus is combust also, but we know the Venus is exempted, Saturn is exempted for the combustion, so that is not applied. So after doing this, doing this one, now we have these values for each planets. We have values. Then we add this value, and then the Ayu after Haran. So after applying Haran, 61.972 year. That is the Ayu for Rajiv Gandhi. So this Haran basically some notes we have to also remember like malefics in Lagna. So if this Haran is done when one or more malefic planets, like like Saturn, Mars, or Sun are placed in the Lagna. So if any malefic planet is in the Lagna, then only we can apply this Haran. That is the Pap Yukta Lagna. Basically, this is the Pap Yukta Lagna. And how we will do that one? So this is the according to us, we have to convert the Lagna degree into minutes. Mahaguru is saying convert it into the Kala. He is talking in terms of the Vedic terminology, Kala. And then we have to multiply that minute, what we got that minute, by the age provided by all the planets. So whatever is provided by all the planets after Satru Kshetra Haran, and then that figure we have to divide by 21,600. 21,600, when you convert 360-degree into minutes, then that will come up. And then reduce the quotient from the age provided by all the planets. So that is the and we know any benefic planet aspect, then we have to deduct half of that one. But in this case, that is not happening. Basically, this is not happening. So now the calculation for this one. Minutes for ascendant. So converting that ascendant into the minute according to the directive received from Mahaguru Maharshi Parashara. And then Ayu after Haran, we know in the last slide 61.972. And now we have to just follow the steps. We are following the steps, multiplying by the Ayu given by the planets after Haran into the minutes of the ascendant and divided by 21,600. Then we have received 2.335 year. So we can understand here only Sun in the Lagna, that is the malefic planets, because we have identified natural malefic planets. So Sun, Mars, and Saturn. So Sun is only the malefic planets in the Lagna in case of Sri Rajiv Gandhi. So now we are applying this Haran, and after applying this Haran, we are subtracting that one, so 59.637 after the Haran. Now Lagna is coming. Now Lagna is coming to bless the native. Lagna is coming to give some Ayu from the native. So Mahaguru Maharshi Parashara revealed the technique. He said, take the longitude of the Lagna in degree and minute and ignore the sign and convert the degree into the minute. So that is the step. So degree and minute, we have to take degree and minute. We have to ignore the sign. So in this case, like 13 degree 34 minute, we are ignoring the Leo, the sign we are ignoring. Then converting that one into the minute, so 814 minute. Now the Lagna Ayu, for Lagna Ayu, we have to, Lagna gives a term of Ayu. The Lagna gives a term of life in year equal to the Navansa passed by the Lagna. So basically it's a sign passed by the Lagna, it means. So in this case, we are just the Navansa passed by. So Navansa is 3, not sign, Navansa, so 3 degree 20 minute. So 3 degree 20 minute we are converting, and it is in minute because we got this 814 in minute. So it's a 200 minutes. So after dividing that one, this is the 4 year, 4.07 year. Now we are adding this Lagna Ayu. So Lagna is blessing Ayu, and the other 7 planets are blessing Ayu. So after Haran, what Ayu we have received from the 7 planets? So that is 61.972. And Lagna, how much Lagna is blessing? 4.07. Now this Savan year is coming 66.042. Now we are converting that one because we know from astronomy, like 1 Savan year is equal to 360 days. So one solar year we know 365 days. So now we are converting that one, and we got the Pindayu 65 year, 1 month and 19 days. So that is the Pindayu. So it's not exactly matching because it's a one of the technique, and we have to be very careful while exercising this longevity exercises. That's very crucial and very disturbing. It can be very disturbing. So we need, I wish to give some precaution or light warning whosoever is practicing. So the first one is accurate birth data. The birth data, birth detail, including date of birth, time of birth, location of the birth, has to be precise, has to be accurate. A small discrepancy in the location, in the time, in the date, it's not small, but it can lead to significant differences. That can be disastrous. So birth time rectification is very important. Lagn Suddhi is very important. That's why my focus, I'm stressing on that one. And nowadays we are using softwares, astrological softwares. So we should use reputed and reliable software so that the background, we don't know the coding, the background, what is happening. We should have knowledge also to cross check the software. So because you are relying on the casting, the horoscope casted by the software. If software casting a wrong horoscope, placing some planet here and there, I saw one of the chart. I use one software, Rahu Ketu axis is different, and the same birth data I feed to another software, the Rahu Ketu axis is different. So we should have understanding. So we can have that much capability, that much of astronomical and mathematical ability we should have to check the casting of the horoscope, to understand the horoscope. That's why Mahaguru is saying Ganite Supravina. So he is starting from the Falkating Kathan Adhikari from the Ganite Supravino. Yeah. So that's very important. And the most important is the validation, because it's a very crucial area of Hora, the longevity calculation. So cross-check calculation 1 time, 3 times, 10 times, cross-check calculation with the multiple methods to confirm the accuracy. So you applied the Pindayu, then other method, you come up with like that. And then consultation with the expert in this case, that's very important. So this area is not for the beginners. So always be in touch with the expert, experienced Devagyas, astrologers, because it's a parampara. So you must be associated with your guru. So always be under his blessing, under his guidance, so that you could achieve the accurate prediction as much as possible. Even Mahaguru Maharishi Parasa said it's not very easy for devatas. Even gods are not able to do accurately, because there are not much difference between the god and human when you slowly understand things. So this is a case study on Sri Rajiv Gandhi on Pindayu methods. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Abhishek, for explaining it so nicely. But I noticed that there is, even after calculation, there is a difference between the actual age uh, that the native had and the calculated age. So, under these circumstances, how accurate or precise these methods can be? When you do the calculation using these methods, how accurate and precise it can be? Because here we know the native, and we know that the native had lived for these many years. So we can compare that there is a difference. So if we don't know that and we are doing calculation for a native that is still alive, so to what extent the calculations will be accurate?
That's why we have, in the end, we have put the validation precaution. And this is not from us actually. This is from Mahaguru Maharshi Parashara, the Uha Poho Patu. So multiple methods has to be imposed, multiple method has to be applied. Not only one of the like a Parasari system, like we have to check from the Gemini system also, we have to check from the Nadi system also. In Parasari system, even we have a lot of techniques in Gemini and in Nadi and others also. Then all the techniques will give you some data, and then that will drive you towards the accuracy. So there is not a thumb rule like 10% or 20%, not a thumb rule. That's why he's always saying like a sadhana. It's a some sort of sadhana. It's a some sort of blessings. Then accuracy will come up by the blessings of Mahadev and Mahaguru. But the technique will you have to use a lot of techniques, because
So many different techniques should be
so
it should be calculated by different techniques, and then we
then
should
the data,
price
then you will get different data, and then the data will give you basis for the decision. The data will drive you where to go and what can be the prediction. It's a very scientific what we are doing in a data structure and the data science. We are doing the same thing in business or management or engineering. We are doing the playing with the data. Here also we are playing with the data, but the data received from the planets, data received from the cosmos. So they are feeding us, the inputs are coming from there.
Thank you so much. So friends, that's all for today. If you have any questions, feedback and suggestions, you can write to us. And thanks for listening to us. Thank you, Abhishek.
Thank you. Jai Gurudev. Har Har Mahadev.